Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Friday Clarity Night. And today's topic is Creationship versus Relationship. So, how many of you are fighting with your relationships, with yourself and with others? And everything that daughter, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times a concealing? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. For those of you who are new to Access Consciousness, this weird statement that I just said, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. This is the access clearing statement. And what it does is it brings up all the blocked energies around certain area in your life. So when I ask the question, it brings up certain points of views that you have been holding on to, not just from this lifetime, but from various lifetimes. So it brings up the energy of all of that, followed by the clearing statement. It is like a magical wand which wipes out all that is stuck and not working, which is limiting you in your life. Please know that this call is being recorded and it will be shared on my YouTube channel. So in case you if you want to ask questions and you don't want to make yourself visible, you can put off your video and you will not be seen, and do whatever works for you. You can even type your question in the chat box. And many of you don't have any problems being seen, but then it's just an honoring of everyone who attends the call to let them know that this is going to be on YouTube. So talking about relationship, get the energy of the word relationship. So how it talks about how one thing is related to other. So if one thing is related to other, like point A being related to point B, so what we are doing is how much is the distance between the two of them. So a close relationship, the distance would be lesser. But then if it is a distant relationship, the distance has to be far. But then still there is a separation between the 2 points. So there can never be oneness in a relationship. There will always be a distance between, as related from point A to point B, there would be a distance. Yeah. So what is the value of maintaining that comfortable distance between you and you, between you and your body, between you and your better half, between you and your family members and friends and everyone else? And everything that brought up, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times upon ceiling. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. How much energy we spend in maintaining that distance with the other person or ourselves, rather than working towards what would create with two of you or with you and your body, creating something more than what you can create alone. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times upon ceiling. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. There is a question in the chat box, why relationship always means happiness or always have intimacy. So everywhere you have bought that point of view that what relationship means, all the definitions of relationships that you have bought, and all the points of views that you have bought in this reality, that what a good relationship should look like, will you please now destroy and create it all times upon ceiling. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So in access, we in an intimate relationship, which could be with anyone, between with your child, with yourself, with your colleague, with a good friend of yours, anyone, like it, there are 5 elements of intimacy that you can have in a relationship. So many of you who have taken a foundation class, you are already aware of those 5 elements of intimacy. And if you are, if you haven't yet taken it, still I'm telling you what are those 5 elements. So those 5 elements of intimacy are honor, trust, allowance, vulnerability, and gratitude. So honor is the respect that you have for yourself, for your body, in case like you're talking about your relationship with yourself, and or for the other person. So even if you are separating, you are going for a divorce, it doesn't mean that you have to disrespect or dishonor others. And in the same way, as we say, everything starts with you having that relationship with yourself. Every external relationship is a reflection of what is the relationship that you have with yourself. So how much are you in honoring of yourself and your body? Do you honor your body's needs to wear certain kinds of clothes, to go to certain places, to have certain kind of experiences? Do you even ask your body what it would like to eat? And everything that brought up, will you please now destroy and then create it all times the God ceiling? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And what would it take for you to have complete honoring with you, your body, and your being? And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the God ceiling? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Then the second element of having an intimate relationship is trust. So when you trust somebody, you know that this is who they are, this is how they are going to behave, and not expecting them to change, just trusting that they are like that and they would be like that. So trust is not that because you love me so much, you will not cheat on me. That is not trust. So trust is that, yes, when like my husband, he will never put, like he has that habit of never like closing the tap properly of my bathroom. And so whenever I go inside, I would find it draining. So I have to, like, if I go inside and I see that the tap is running, it's not closed properly, I just know that it's my husband, like he has the habit of doing it, and it's okay, I'll just close it. Being in allowance of him, being in honoring of him, and trusting that this is how he is and he'll continue to be that way. Many of us women, we have this complaint with our either our spouses, like our hubbies or our children, that whenever they work in the kitchen, they would leave it dirty. They would not wash the dishes. They would make the platform all messy and oily. So instead of shouting at them, if you could just trust them that, yes, my husband, today is a holiday and my husband is cooking in the kitchen, and this is how I'm going to find the kitchen in the evening when I go over there. And being more prepared with all of that, that I either like telling them that you have to clean them, and like requesting them that you better clean it, or doing it myself if I like my kitchen to be clean. Not shouting at my children, not expecting them to be something else than what they are. So that is true trust. And how much is that trusting? Can you practice with yourself. So if you trust yourself that if you are tired on some day and you would get up late in the morning, you trust your body that my body is tired today and it needs that rest, and I'm going to wake up late tomorrow. So I trust my body with that, and I don't have to force myself or make myself wrong that I woke up late today. So what if you could trust people, bodies, and yourself with who you are and what works for you and what works for them, rather than making making people wrong and making yourself wrong, going into judgments and everything that does not allow you to trust yourself and trust others without having the need to change anything. Will you please now destroy and uncreate it all? Thanks a God, silly. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Allowance. Allowance, many of us who have done an access bars class, we know that allowance is when you everything is an interesting point of view, and we have this amazing tool that access has given us, that interesting point of view, I have this point of view, and whenever you find that someone is giving their opinion, their judgments, their criticisms towards you, what you can always acknowledge, instead of going into reaction and resistance to it, you can just acknowledge that it is their point of view and it is just an interesting point of view. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Allowance is when you are that rock in the stream, which is so stable, which is unwavering, like a lighthouse in the ocean, where the waves, the whole like water comes and goes past you, and still you are standing there without a point of view, still being in total awareness, without having judgment of those tides, of those high tides, neither of those low tides. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive the energy of allowance, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all? Types of God silent. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Vulnerability is where you are willing to be bare and naked. You don't have the need to hide anything. When you are an intimate relationship, you be that space, and you trust that other person, that you can be yourself without having to put on any pretense. And you are like that open wound where you are totally vulnerable for the other person to hit you and hurt you, and still you know that they would be in honoring of you. So are you willing to be that vulnerable that you can receive all energies of the other person, and with the total trust that there would be true caring available to you when you are willing to be vulnerable? And you can notice that all these elements of intimate relationship go hand in hand. One cannot be there. You cannot say that I will just do allowance, I will not do trust and honor. No, they are so much interrelated that when you are doing one, the other has to be there. Otherwise, the trust cannot happen without vulnerability, and there cannot be vulnerability without trust. And everything that does not allow you to be vulnerable, with your barriers totally down 24/7, so that you can receive all the energies of the universe and of the other person that you want to have an intimate relationship with, and you can truly receive yourself and your body without any judgments. So everything that does not allow you to be expansive without barriers 24/7, Will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times about zero? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys and girls. And then we all know about gratitude. I had done an entire call, a clarity night on gratitude. So gratitude, when you are in gratitude of anyone or anything, there cannot be judgment there. So gratitude is an antidote to judgment. Gratitude and judgment cannot go together. And you can be in gratitude for everything, everyone. You might hate a person and still be in gratitude of them. And everything that does not allow you to be truly grateful for all eternity, will you please now destroy and create it all times of God's image? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So when you are in an intimate relationship with all these 5 elements of intimacy being in place, you can truly create over there. So instead of when there are 2 persons in creationship, then 1 and 1 is actually 11 and not 2. So they become so potent, they are creating so much that it is exponentially more than what either of them can do alone. Creationship is where you do not have any definitions of roles that who would be doing what. Any one of them is willing to pick up what works for the creation to happen. So individuals are not important. What is more important is what is being created over there. And then both the person are willing to be that energy where they can be any energy that is required in that moment, making choices in 10-second increments, which works for that creation to be actualized. So everything that does not allow you to create a relationship with your spouse, with your kids, with your family members, with your colleagues, with your business partners, which would create your life exponentially greater than what it is today. Will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the possible? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, so are there any questions? So what if you could start?
Hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
You said ki we have to honor children by not telling them anything, whatever they do. Example was your kitchen. But how to train them?
Yeah. Okay. So like what if you could be an inspiration to your child and tell them that this doesn't work for me. If you would leave the kitchen untidy, probably I will not let you, like you can tell them the consequences. So what does training mean to you? Like, do you acknowledge that your children are infinite beings?
I couldn't hear you. Your children are?
Infinite beings.
Yes.
So do
yes,
you
yes.
yes. So like would an infinite being truly require to be trained?
I agree that, but still you have to tell them this is this you have to finish and then move forward or whatever. Because always at 1-2 time it works, but otherwise always it doesn't work if they are leaving the things in the mess and going.
Okay, so like do you have kids, Mamta?
Yes.
Yes. How old are they?
My daughter is 20 and my son is 30, but he's not here, he's in USA. But daughter is 20, she's with me.
Okay, so does your daughter who is staying with you, does she, like, when you tell her to do something, does she willingly do it? Is she happy doing it?
Sometimes depends.
Okay, so that means she knows how to do it.
Yeah, she knows it, but then still they want to leave the things. Okay, fine, chalta hai, like
तो
somebody
मतलब
else.
ट्रेन तो है, आता तो है.
Yes.
So what do you want to train her on then?
Like when they are doing something or whatever is left, they should complete it, that not leave the, not only the kitchen but even the other things not in the mess, like.
Okay, so you don't like the mess. Does it mean that your daughter also doesn't like the mess? They like the mess. Actually, they like it messy.
Hmm.
So all the judgments do you have about the house or the room being messy, their cupboards being messy,
Hmm.
their life being messy? Will you please now
Yeah.
destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what if mess works for them? So she knows how to clean it, like how to clean the mess, and so she'll do it when it doesn't work for her. So can you trust her that she's an infinite being? She knows how to clear her own mess, and she will do it whenever it is required.
But I don't have that patience to leave the things like that. My
Yeah.
problem.
So whose problem is that?
My
Yes.
problem. I know my problem. But then I feel
Yes. So
that way they want to learn the things.
she knows it. So what can you learn from her? So children are children choose their parents. Yeah, children when
Yeah.
they get born, they choose that to whom they would like to be born to. Yeah,
Mm.
and they are very smart. They
Mm.
choose those set of parents whom they can control very easily, whom they can trick, and many a times, like, they come to you in order to create more consciousness into your life or you to heal them.
Mm.
So, like, what is it that you can receive from your kids that you have cut off right now because you want to train them? So you are not even willing to see over there that what is it that you can learn and receive from them.
Mm.
And everything that brought up, will you please now destroy and create it all times approximately.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I know that it's not easy.
Yeah.
It requires a constant reminder to us as mothers that they are infinite beings and they will do it whenever required, whenever it doesn't work for them. So my son, he is 24-year-old, and his room is like usually it's messy. Yeah, it's in mess, and he tells me that you don't come into my room unless I ask you to, and it works for me. I'm fine with that. Today he was appearing for an interview with a foreign university where he wants to go for his post graduation degree. And like when his interview was finished, it was all online. He was very happy he got selected. He called me, like, he wanted, and I went inside and saw his room. It was all well arranged. Okay, because he knew that when he opens that call, it would, in the background,
Yeah.
all the things would be visible. So
Mhm.
just trust them, they know well. What if you could trust your child that they have you, like, through your example, you have already trained them to be an organized human being who would be able to take care of themselves. So children learn more by watching what their parents are doing. So inspiration works more than nagging them, telling them what to do, giving them advices and suggestions, and actually, like, just worrying about them. It doesn't work. Yeah. So what if you
Yeah.
could trust them that the whatever They have seen you doing, they have already imbibed in themselves, and they will do it when you are not around, when you are not there to do it for them. They will do it on their own, and whenever it is required, whenever they'll find that what currently they are doing, it's not working, they will choose to change.
Yes.
So
Thank
someone
you.
is
Thank
writing,
you.
I'm room. So you can read in the like
Yeah, yeah.
chat
Yeah, I
box.
was
My
reading that.
room is a total mess too. Mom is sweet enough not to comment on it. So children, like usually they find it like more honoring of them when you don't like criticize them and don't shout at them for not doing it. Don't make them wrong. Yes. So
Thanks, Tasneem. Thank you.
thank you, Mamta. Yeah. So it's for like children of all age groups and parents of all age groups. It's the same story. And like how much more allowance, trust, and honoring can we be as parents to our children, which would allow them to show up as infinite greater beings in their life. And everything that does not allow you to be and do that, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God silly. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, any more questions? What relationship do you have with your body? So look at all the 5 elements of intimacy, if you are having them with your body or not. So our bodies are our best friends, our companions for life. Anyone else, any other relationship can go off, but your body is the only person, your only friend who is going to be with you always, at least in this lifetime. For this lifetime, your body is your companion who would never leave you. So what can you create with your body that you have not yet considered? Everything that is, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. How much gratitude can you have for your body? How much allowance can you have for various parts of your body, for being of certain size, certain color, certain shape? And even if some body part, some joint is paining, what if you could acknowledge that that is your body's way to communicate with you, to give you the awareness that it wants to that it is giving with so much intensity that it occurs as pain and discomfort to you. So what if you could be more caring for your body, be in more honoring of your body, and be willing to listen to it? What is it that your body is asking for? Is it asking for you to move out, to move your body in certain manner, to have probably a hot water bath? What is it that you can honor your body with every day? Yeah. What if it wants to wear a certain dress even when you are at home and being in lockdown or not going out at least? And what if your body just wants to dress up, wear a certain lipstick? Yeah. So what if you could be just more in communication with your body and giving it what it desires to have? And everything that does not allow you to create that intimate relationship and oneness with your body, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God ceiling. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes, Sabah, do you have a question?
I wanted to you to talk more about vulnerability with body.
Okay.
Yes. How can we be more vulnerable and less
Yes.
protective
Hmm.
acceptance with the body?
Hmm. Okay. So, how many barriers do you have that does not allow you to receive from your body, be it awareness, be it money, be it joy, with total ease? And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzillion? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So our bodies are basically, they are all the sensory organs. So it's an sensory organ that our body is. It has all those five senses. It loves to be touched. It loves all those smells that we can perceive through our nose. It loves to listen to certain kinds of sounds. It loves to watch, like the beautiful sceneries, the nature, or certain things that you perceive through your eyes. Yeah. So how much are you imposing the points of views of your being about what is right and what is wrong with the senses of your body that does not allow it to have all the fun and joy of embodiment? So everything that is, will you please now destroy and create it all times the Godzillion? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So when you are vulnerable with your body, you are not in the judgment, you are willing to have that relationship with your body where your body can be so open and tell you what it requires in terms of what it would like to wear, what it would like to eat, what kind of sex it would like to have, how it would like to be touched. So are you willing to be that space where your body can show up as the true awareness, the true awareness uh, the, of which is much more aware than your being? Are you willing to give that space to your body?
Yes.
Yes, and everything that does not allow it, will you please now destroy and create it all times upon Godzilla? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Our bodies are much more aware than our beings. So when something like there is an awareness, a knowing that is coming to you, an intuition that something is going to happen. When you feel excited, when you are excited about something which is coming up. So for me, what happens is that, and I have heard it like from one of my participants also, Sabah, probably you were in that money workbook calls, that she just starts having like kind of goosebumps which appeared like anxiety to her as an acidity problem, and then she would suddenly get a huge chunk of money in her bank account. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, you remember that,
Yeah.
Sabah? I think you were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So how much our bodies are already aware of what is coming up. So many, like when tsunami happened, many of the animals.
Yes.
Do you have a background noise, Sabah?
Um,
Can I?
okay.
Can I? Okay. Okay. I think it's over. So like when there was tsunami, it was approaching. the animals, especially the elephants, they left the space so that they would not be drowned. So their bodies just gave them that awareness that something is going to happen and they have to just move away. And how many times our bodies just give us that awareness through various sensations, that either we have to go somewhere or either we don't have to, like we have to go away from certain place, or something is coming up for which we have to be prepared. So bodies are like antennas who catch the vibrations of the energies, the universal energies, much before that than our being can perceive it cognitively. So what if you could be that vulnerable, and receiving of your body would go up so much that you are willing to receive all the awareness that your body has to give to you. So for me, vulnerability with body would look like my body willing to be able to tell me everything that it desires without me giving it that judgment, that I cannot wear this because my culture doesn't allow it, or I cannot do all of this with my body because it's not morally correct to me. So what, at least I give that space that my body is able to communicate to me that this is what it desires. So are you willing to be that non-judgmental with your body and so vulnerable with your body that your body can tell you everything that it needs to tell you?
And what if you don't listen?
It would go, like it would shout. What happens if you don't listen to your child, Sabha?
That's what I'm trying. You just say it, you know. Sometimes you feel like, oh, what are you asking for? That's like crazy. You
Yes,
know?
they would drive you crazy. So how much how much our bodies drive us crazy just because we are not listening to them? That, like, so how, what do children do? What do babies do? They would cry out louder.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of that
Mm-hmm.
intensity that you receive from your body, that heaviness, discomfort, that pain, is because you are not listening to your body and you are not developing that vulnerability with your own body.
Mm-hmm. It's because of, you know, complicating it and judging it and, you know, limiting it to such traditions or such this kind of stuff that we are already tied up with.
Yes. So how many times, like, kids want to, like, many kids, like, go through even like child abuse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have an intimate relationship with their parents, the child can be that vulnerable that they would be able to tell their parents what's going on with them, and then they would be able to stop it there and then. At least they would be able to give some space to their child where they can say no to whatever is happening to them in their school or with any teacher or with someone else, with a relative or someone else. And if there is not that intimate relationship, the child would never be able to even tell their parents that what's going on. Yeah. So when you have that vulnerability where they know, where kids know that there is a space over there where my parents, when even if I tell them that this is going on, they would not judge me. They would not tell me that galti tumhari hi thi. You went to the wrong place. It's because you wore that dress which was exposing your body, therefore it happened to you. Yeah. If there is a girl child, like how many times parents like start judging their own children and making them wrong if something happens to them. And the same thing we do with our bodies. So when you have that non-judgmental space, then people can open up to you. They can shed off their inhibitions, they can put down their barriers, and they can be like they can be naked. They can show you all your parts, all their, whatever they even consider their ugliness. And many a times when people shed off all their inhibitions and they make themselves so visible, so naked, you can actually see their true beauty. Their light, their shine, it gets visible. So what space and energy and consciousness can you be with your body that would allow your body to be like to be totally vulnerable with you as being, and give you all the awareness, give you all the money, give you all the pleasures of life that you have been asking for. Actually, bodies can give you a lot of things. They can bring you money. All the things that we buy from with money are for our bodies. Our beings don't have any needs. So if you are having an intimate relationship with your body, and so then you can ask your body to get you all the things that you desire, and you would be enjoying your life so much.
Actually, when you
Sabar,
were doing
does
the
that give you
clearing,
some clarity?
yeah, yes, Tasneem, when you were doing the clearing, I had like a heaviness in my stomach.
Okay. So what's going on right now?
Yeah, maybe it's like maybe a block or something. Yes, yeah. And nowadays I'm listening to Gary's abuse, about abuse clearing, and I have this kind of a lot of sensation in my body, which I don't understand.
Okay. So what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can you and your body be to have ultimate level of intimacy and oneness for all eternity? And everything that does not allow it, will you please now destroy and create it all times possible? Right and wrong, good and bad,
Yes.
pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What can you be with your body today that would be honoring, trusting, being in gratitude of, being vulnerable with, and being in total allowance with your body? And everything that does not allow you to be and do that, will you please now destroy and create it all times possible? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Every day, do at least one thing that is pleasurable to your body. Just ask your body, what can I do with for you, be and do for you today that would make you more happy, that would be honoring of you? And once you start doing that, it could be very simple things, like your body might want just ask to spend more time in shower, or it might want to be like pampered with a certain lotion, or it might want to enjoy a perfume, or it might want to go out for a walk in the sun, or it might want to go for swimming. And what if you could like just give your body what it is looking for, and how much would it alter your relationship with your body, allowing you to create much more, like much more than you have ever imagined? And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and create it all times the constant? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What partnership can you have with your body which would create for you more money, abundance, happiness, joy, travel, and everything else that you are looking for. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God's will. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Another very easy way of creating with your bodies is to run body process, is to get either your body process or bars run. Yeah. So body processes unlock all those points of views and limitations, the distracted implants, all of those things which have been locked into your bodies. And it also like alters your way of creating with your body. Many people like have found that when they get their like MPVSS, say body process run, suddenly money starts showing up in their life. How much of like the like you when you get your biomimetic mimicry body process run, you suddenly find that you are getting rid of all those pains and genetic patterns that you have been inheriting from your parents or grandparents, or even from your the culture of your country. Your body shape starts changing by running all these body processes, and no doubt your body gets happier, more flexible, more energetic. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive the energy of these body processes, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God's will. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Any more questions? Do you have questions? Do like okay, so there was someone like as we are talking about body processes, and there have been okay. Would you do a clearing for relationship with an ex for reconciliation? So what does reconciliation mean to you? And everything that is, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God's will. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So truth, is your body willing to stay in that relationship with your ex anymore? So Sal, is your like how much you want to reconcile? I get that. You actually want to reconcile, but is your body, are you including your body in that relationship with your ex? So have you asked your body if your body is wanting, like willing to be, yeah. So what elements of intimacy are missing with you being in your relationship with your ex? The easiest place to start with in building a relationship or in with reconciling a relationship which is not going as intimately as you would like to have it is to start with gratitude. So gratitude is that space where you can like you can be just like, if you could write down what are all the things that you are grateful for that person. So if you want to like transform a relationship, just write down at least 10 things, at least 10, and you can do write more of them. That what are you grateful for this person today? What contribution have they been to your life that you have not yet acknowledged? You can think of so many things. Yes, that's great. And what one thing, so you have so many things that you can be grateful for, and now just one thing. What one thing can you be or do today that would be honoring of them? So what if you could acknowledge that? You do, that doesn't mean that you have to even like you many a times when we say acknowledge, it doesn't even require that you go and tell them. Yeah, it may feel very odd at times. Yes, it feels good to the other person if you acknowledge it. And if it looks like it feels very artificial in an intimate relationship that you go and tell them, even energetically, when you acknowledge, when you are in gratitude of them and when you acknowledge them, something shifts in the energy. Energetically, it shifts. Yes, Sal. So, like you, as you said that, you calling back, you not rejecting them. So, what are you refusing and rejecting in this relationship, which, if you would allow it, would take it to greater heights? And everything that does not allow you to be and do that, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God silent. Right and wrong, good and bad, for and pork, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So remember, I said that whenever we do a relationship, we mean it's related. So we want to keep a comfortable distance. Yeah. So when someone tries to get very close, we just put up our barriers. We don't want to be vulnerable. Yeah, we don't want to get into that space that this person now has like getting that close that they can hurt me. They can bring up all those old wounds that I may have suffered in my earlier relationships, either in this lifetime and or in previous lifetimes, and it might hurt. So you just push them away. So truth, are you like is have you been trying to stop that relationship at a comfortable distance so that you won't have to put your barriers down and let them in? Yes, that's what we do. We cry and we said that we got rejected as actually we have put our own barriers up to make them go away. So can you just put down your barriers and pull a lot of energy from that person? Be grateful for them and put down your barriers and receive them. And this doesn't have to be truly pull energy from him. Yes, pull energy from him. So that it doesn't mean that you have to like you can have intimate relationship with anyone. It doesn't have to be only with your partner. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship only. And you can have intimate relationships with your colleagues. It doesn't mean population. It doesn't mean getting intimate in bed. And everything that brought up, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the God saying. Right and wrong, good and bad, for and pork, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what, instead of having relationships, you could start having creationships. Where you are It's not just that you are establishing some connection points that yes, we are friends, we have studied in the same school, or we have studied in the same, we have been in the same office, and so we have a connection. So instead of having just connections, what if you could start asking, what can I create with this person that I have not yet thought about? Yes. And how much more intimacy would that create, and how much greater your creations would get with more people working with you, creating with you, and with the earth. Yeah. And everything that does not allow you to be and do that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzilla. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So creationship brings up that energy of co-creation, oneness, consciousness. And then you can create a future, a sustainable earth, which would be like which would continue 500 years in time, not just in your lifetime, but your creations would be there for much, much, much longer. Because it's not about you, it's about the creation. And everything that does not allow you to create that bigger, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzilla. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Good to see you, Shushma, on the call. Hi.
After a very, very long time. Good to see
Exactly.
you too. I'm so happy.
Yes, and we remembered you.
I'm sure.
With your money creations. Yeah.
I'm
The kind
telling
of
you.
body sensations you used to have before that money showing up. Yeah.
Yeah. So nice.
Yes. How does it get any better than this? Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, I would close the call for today. I have a foundation class coming up. It starts on 25th of June. So it would be available both online and live. Live location is not yet confirmed. Most probably either it would be in Ahmedabad or Indore. So any one of you who are looking for creating more with your life, with your bodies, is it the time to now step up, be there, and have all those tools of consciousness that would exponentialize your creations, your money flows, you're receiving from the bodies. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzilla. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Also, I'm starting with money workbook series, 10 telecalls with how to become money workbook, to like just have a smoothened money flows, have abundance of everything in your life, not just money, but actually creating wealth in your life. It starts on 9th of June. It will go for 10 days. We won't do a call on Sunday. So it would be from 9th to 19th of June, excluding the Sunday that comes in between. And then we would have that you get 2 gift group SOP taster sessions with this money workbook series. So the energy exchange would be 5,555 INR. This is an early bird offer. If you register and pay for this money book series before what? Before Sunday, by Sunday, whatever date it is. Yeah. So today is 4th. So 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th, like by 6th of June. So if you pay by 6th of June, you get this early bird offer. After that, it's going to be, what is it going to be? I don't remember. Rapti Bhatnagar, are you on call?
Yeah, Tasneem.
I forgot. After that, it is 7,000 INR. Yes. So early bird offer of 5,555 rupees is till 6th of June. And after that, it's going to be 7,000 INR. Yeah. So what can you create now that you have been refusing yourself? Any questions about these classes or about anything else before we close the call? Shushma seems to be in some deep thoughts. Do you have any questions, Shushma?
No, I was just trying to figure out the timings because I've got meditations going on. So I was just trying to figure
Okay.
out the time, because 9 o'clock is 6:30. I've got 3 meditations going on with Janki.
How does it get even better than that? Yes.
So I was just trying to figure out the times.
So what if you didn't have to figure out and just trust the universe that everything would fall into place?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just choose. So when
Yes,
you
yes,
choose, when you choose it, the universe takes care the universe becomes your manager, which will manage everything for you. So are you
Yeah, yeah.
willing to allow the universe to work out the times for you, the finances for you, and everything else?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So don't try to figure out. Just give that job to the universe. Universe,
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
just make it work for me?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And everything that brought up, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God silly. Right
Yes,
and wrong,
please.
good and bad, pot and pork, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So Shushma has been like on almost every of my money workbook calls, like many of them, more than 5 I remember, that she has been there, and every time she creates huge amounts of money on those calls. So, and she loves to come on them again and again, and I love it changes the energy for all of us. So what contribution are you being to these calls, to everyone else in your life that you have not yet acknowledged yourself for? So please acknowledge the energies that you be, what gifts you be in the world, and are you now being like willing to receive as well? Are you willing to open up your receiving with money and every other thing as well? Yeah. So everything that does not allow it, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God's will. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. So I'll I'll share the timings and everything on the group with you all. And if it is light for you, if it opens up your universe to have a more expansive future, please do choose and hop on. Okay, so good night, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and see you again soon.
Same to
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.